Nikola Jokic is reportedly set to win his second straight NBA MVP award, and much of basketball Twitter is up in arms about it. Are these naysayers speaking facts, or is the anti-Jokic narrative grounded in foolishness? The most cited argument against Jokic's candidacy is that the big man got sent packing in the postseason's opening round, while fellow MVP finalists Joel Embiid and Giannis Antetokounmpo play on in the conference semifinals. But that argument is the definition of low-hanging fruit. Jokic averaged 31 points, 13.2 rebounds, 5.8 assists, 1.6 steals, and a block on 64% true shooting in that 5-game series, in which his injury-battered Nuggets matched up against a Warriors team with title aspirations. Those numbers shouldn't surprise anyone, given that Jokic has already established himself as the type of superstar who steps up every year in the playoffs. Which is why Denver has won 4 playoff series over the last 4 years, and why the Nuggets made the conference finals in 2020. But that's beside the point anyway, because MVP is a regular season award, and the only reason a Nuggets team missing Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. even made the playoffs, let alone finished top 6 in the West, was because of Jokic's brilliance. The Joker averaged roughly 27 points, 14 rebounds, and 8 assists, and led the Nuggets in every statistical category. He became the first player in league history to amass 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, and 500 assists in a single season, and recorded the highest player efficiency rating ever. Now, some will say Jokic's argument is based entirely on advanced stats, while Embiid and Giannis made a more tangible impact on the court. Except Jokic had the most drastic on-off splits in the league. The Murrayless, Porterless Nuggets still finished within 3 games of the Bucks and Sixers in the overall standings, and despite the fact Denver's next best players were Aaron Gordon and Will Barton, the Nuggets performed better with Jokic on the court than Philly did with Embiid on the court, or than Milwaukee did with Giannis in the action. Lastly, critics have pointed at the Warriors targeting Jokic's defense in the playoffs as evidence the Joker's in-season improvements on that end of the court were smoke and mirrors. Tell me you didn't watch enough NBA ball this season without telling me you didn't watch enough NBA ball this season. Jokic's defensive effort was legit. Just ask defensive savant Draymond Green.
He came up to me that following year and he said, hey, he said something along the lines like, I saw what you said about my defense or something. You were right, or I appreciate it, or something he said like that. And he said, I've gotten better. I said, you've 100% gotten better. I've been watching you this year, and you've 100% gotten better.
Embiid is obviously the better defensive player, but he also took his foot off the gas on that end of the court during this year's regular season, while the Nuggets team that defended like a bottom 9 defense with Jokic on the bench defended like a top 5 unit with the MVP on the court. The Warriors going at him in the playoffs doesn't change any of those regular season defensive facts. Despite what it seems like on social media or among fans and some media in general, the MVP debate doesn't have to be an exercise in tearing players down. Joel Embiid had an absolutely outstanding season, and he deserves to be praised for it. Ditto for 2-time MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's the best player alive right now. But this award isn't about who the most outstanding player at the time is, who we'd take in a 1-game setting, or who reigns supreme every spring. If it was, Michael Jordan and LeBron James would have more than 20 MVPs between them, and Giannis would be winning every year for the foreseeable future. The award is supposed to be given to the player that was most valuable during the regular season in question. And the fact is that for the second year in a row, that player was Nikola Jokic. But what do you think?